Hey guys, Alan here. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. Chances are, if you did, you are here because you want to learn about the Pitata Smart Whiteboard and my thoughts on it. I've been using it almost for about a year now, and I have some thoughts on it. I want to go into a deep dive in this video, show you lots of the ins and outs and the care and feeding of actually using this thing on a day-to-day, and why I think Pita probably has the best value in smart whiteboard or notepad board technology on the market right now. Okay, so here's the Pita Smart Whiteboard. This is the box. I know it says Pitata, but I promise it's actually pronounced Pita. That's how the company pronounces it. Here's everything you get in the box. You get the board, nibs, a pen, and ways to charge it. And what I love about this board is just how boring it looks. And I mean that not as a derogative, but really, it looks just like something you'd pick up at any office supply store. No one's going to question that this is a smart board. This is how you charge it with any wireless charging. It has a little red light to let you know it is. And here's it pairing to my iPod Touch through the Pita app. This is the native app. And all you're going to do is remove that magnet, and then you'll see it show up in the list there. Click connect, and Bob's your uncle. It is connected. Now you're going to see it with my iPad, and this is it, a little writing test so you can see what it looks like when it shows up on screen. It's very fast. Here's my Apple Watch, which is also great. You triple tap it, and it'll clear the selection, which means that you can make room for more writing, which means you could have this passed to a couple of different people and get different inputs each time, which means you can do lots of mind reading effects in real time. Now, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are a couple of things that I do need to let you know about, especially if you're going with the whiteboard option. While I really like the whiteboard because it's a nice way to clear off the board and use it multiple sides, and I have a second board that's ungimmicked, identical to the gimmicked board, just for all kinds of really cool presentations and my own routines. It's not without its shortcomings. So with the whiteboards especially, you get these markers, and some people hate them. I think they're okay. I think they look like a cheap one you get at the dollar store or something, which is perfectly what I want. I don't want people to think it's anything fancy. And you get these nibs, okay? And so what happens is whenever you press down on the board with the nib goes in just a tiny bit, and that's what registers that it's drawing. Okay, this is not something that the audience is going to recognize as happening. It does not feel like anything whenever you're drawing, and it goes in just a fraction of a millimeter to create contact on the inside. This means you have to charge these though, okay? And you'll notice on the back here, it doesn't look like anything, but there's actually a little plastic bit right here, okay? And then you charge with USB-C. They give you all the stuff to charge in the box. But I don't like their solution for attaching these little black discs. They come with the board. Don't lose them because you can't buy them anymore. And this, what you get in the set is all you get. So don't lose them. And their solution is to use blue tack to stick it on. But blue tack gums up the inside of the charging port, and it makes the little black disc sit proud. So what I did is I got these little permanent glue dots from Michaels. And these are, I don't know what size they are, but I think they're 3/8 inch, I think. So don't quote me on it. If I find out for sure, I'll let you know in a pinned comment. But I got those and I stuck that on there, and then that can stick on like that, cover up the charging port. You would never know it was there. Very cool. Something else, the ink when these will dry out. What they originally planned to do is they wanted to send a bottle of dry erase ink, a bottle of that, which I didn't even know you could buy in a bottle, but they have it. And they found out for some kind of legal reasons they were not able to ship that from China to the U.S. There was some kind of import problem. So they send you the nibs and they tell you where to buy the ink yourself. You can go that route. I don't like that route. I think that's messy and not something I want to be dealing with. I don't want to be dealing with a bottle of ink and dipping these and stuff whenever I'm about to set up a show. Doesn't sound like a fun time. So somebody on the forums actually suggested getting a marker. They had specific ones, but I wasn't able to find the specific ones that matched the nib exactly. But what I've done here is I've removed the Expo marker tip with a pair of pliers, and then I put the nibs down inside the little sponge material on the inside of the pen, so that way it wicks all the dry erase marker stuff up, and then it keeps them wet. This is not an airtight container, so they will dry out in this. You cannot leave them in that. If you do, you'll ruin the nib forever. This way, you get a lot more shelf life. All you have to do is at the end of the show, when you're packing up, pull the nibs out, or when you get home, pull out the nibs, put them back inside this. They'll re-wet, and you can use them over and over and over again. They're always ready to go, and they're nice and convenient because they're in marker form. Nothing to really spill. So this has been a really life-changing way of doing this, and in fact, I don't think the board would be nearly as much fun to use if I hadn't found this solution. So the glue dots on the back, don't lose the black circles, and that's how I cover those up. And then using an Expo marker or some other kind of dry erase marker, getting in there, pulling them out with some pliers, and then putting the PETA nibs inside. This is the PETA app. It's not my favorite. You have to do this little pairing at the beginning. It does not pair automatically, which means before you start, you're going to have to do all this and have it set up and waiting. The board's connected. It has lots of little options here where you can choose, different languages. You can do swipe gestures for certain things, text to speech, which can be handy. It'll do it through a headphone or Bluetooth headset. And then you also have clear drawing, and you can do multiple drawing settings. The other Magic apps integration, we'll take a look at that. You can use compatible with glyphs and Prevision, Pasteboard, or none. And by comparison, here's the Peeksmith app, which I much prefer. In fact, I think you need to get the Peeksmith app if you're going to use this PETA smartboard. It has all of the features that the PETA native app has for the whiteboard, plus a lot more. That also allows you to grab some really good optical character recognition so that you can then send that information out to other apps, say Hydra. So if you're watching this channel for a while, you know that this video is probably one of the most ambitious I've ever taken on. It's because I really enjoy the product and I use it a lot, and there's a lot to talk about with it. I barely scratched the surface of all there is to talk about with this board. If you want to hear more, leave me a comment down below and we'll make another video going into deeper dive on it. I'll say it again. This is the best value in electronics smart impression pads that you can get. It's not without its faults. I really think that you should plan to pair this with the Peeksmith app. There is some stuff that you can pay for in the Peeksmith app. You don't actually have to own a Peeksmith to get the Peeksmith app. It's free. You can use a lot of the functionality, including pairing the whiteboard without paying a dime. But if you do decide that you're going to invest a little bit of money, you're really going to unlock the full power and potential of this thing. In my humble opinion, it is the best value in electronic smart boards on the market today. The flexibility that you have with the Peeksmith app allows you to do so many things that you have to spend 2, 3, 4 times as much to get in another whiteboard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like, share it with your friends. Leave me a comment down below if you want to see another video, especially a deep dive into how to work with the Peeksmith app and the PETA whiteboard. And also, make sure you're checking the description because I'm going to have coupon codes for the PETA whiteboard. That's right. The PETA team has decided to allow me to join their ambassador program to share the coupon savings with you. You'll be able to get this cheaper than anywhere else by far, and you'll be also helping out the channel when you do. Also, if you want to take a look at the Peeksmith app and the device, which I highly recommend, I use it every single day, you can get that from Illusionist, and you can save yourself 10% off your entire cart at Illusionist by using coupon code MAGICMINUTE at checkout. All that's down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.